Alrighty, new day. So I cut this piece of wood here to support the trip back of the transmission where the transmission cross member usually is, so it could sit overnight. It is time. Transmission removal from the motor. There are 8 bolts from the bell housing to the engine. 2 of the bolts are the hardest bolts on the car to get to. I'll address that later. I'm gonna lower the transmission some and start working on disconnecting some of these connectors. Alright, so this is where we're at. Driver's side. And I'm gonna go ahead and take this little clip out. Like so. Okay, so with the tab removed, you can squish on the black thing on both sides. Squish the tabs in. And then this will come like that. And then it'll come out like that. How this is. So I think I'm gonna put that, put the tab back in now. So I don't lose it. Thinking take that little 8mm off. Alright, what I'm hoping for here is that little plastic, light plastic. That's one of those things that once you rip off, you can't get back on. So I'm hoping that pulling this off will just unbuckle that whole thing from the transmission. Alright, so I'm under the driver's side, and you can see that is the one that I just took off. Now, there's a lot of this has a hose. Hose, this guy right here, goes all the way up and over the transmission to the passenger side. And it needs to come off too. Alright. Alright, so now that little 8mm is done, I'm going to go after his buddies on the heat shield on the other side. Alright, passenger side. Heat shield. 2 10mm. I think. I don't know. I'll find out. Okie heat shield is removed. I gotta figure out what's going on there. Okay, why there's an arrow right there, I have no idea. But what I did was I pinched here and here, and it came off. I guess the arrow tells you where back to put it. We're back. Alright, so this way. Alright, you see them? You see those nasty buggers? There's that one. And there's that one. Okay. Oh, looks like I need to get the dipstick out of there too. Alright, see the little green thing? That's like your typical radiator hose clip that you squeeze with pliers. It was right here where the black is. So I moved it from here to here with a pair of pliers. And then now this comes off. Just like that. So, alright, transmission lines. That is the prize. And this is the proposed tool. You see how I got the hook around it? Now I'm going to try to pull this hook. I'm going to try to pull it towards me without losing the clip. That's the tricky part, is they like to fly across the garage. You can see it coming off. Alright. There it is. It's coming off. But I don't want to lose it. Okay. And there it is. Alright. You can run. But you can't hide. And there it is. Gotcha. Had ya. Now go for the loop. Where's my loop? There's my loop. Oh yeah, got him in the loop. Yeah, get away from me now. You're not getting away from me now. You're not getting away from me now. There it is, right there. Uh-oh. Did it break? A wise man once told me to mark everything, even the most obvious. So, I am going to mark this line right here with black. Black means bottom. B, black, bottom. Let's drop. Let's drop. There you go. 2 hands. There you go. You see me? I got this one out. I can't do it with my left hand. Alright, with 2 hands, a little bit of emphasis, I was able to get both trans lines undone. B, black bottom. Alright, let's get that transmission dipstick. But I think that's it before we do the nightmarish Bellhousing bolts. Alright, the transmission dipstick can be a bit tricky because it snakes down in between the firewall and the transmission pretty tightly. I remember from when I put it in how hard it was to put it in. So let's see if I can get away with just leaving it right there and dropping the transmission. That way I don't have to snake it past the heads and between the rear of the engine and the firewall up there. I just don't want to do that again. Alright, so now we're down to Bellhousing bolts. If I remember correctly, the stock Bellhousing, they're like nuts on studs, I think. I don't remember, but I've got aftermarket ARPs, and there's one right there. Mine are 12s, which make it a lot easier. So if you ever have to do this job, highly recommend you get the aftermarket ARPs, because you can get a wrench in there a lot easier on a 12 than you can a 15, especially this particular bolt. This is one of the 2 hardest ones. Right here, you got your exhaust manifold in the way, you got transmission hard lines in the way, you got those 2 fins to work with, and if you're working with the stock one and you got to put a 15 on there, it's just going to be slow going. But yeah. Alright, I'm back here. Here's the transmission. So I think that's a 3-footer on a 1-footer. And that's that. I'm going to try to zoom in. Alright. Let's just zoom in. You can see the black thing. That's the dipstick. I'm definitely in there. And that one is loose. And here's zoomed out, and this is what it looks like. Alright, so that's that. That's that one. 2 on the bottom are easy, and then the 2 on the top are a bitch. All right, we are above the transmission. That is the passenger side. That is a stud. And the reason why it's a stud is because that is what the transmission dipstick needs to hang on. Beyond that, there's one at the very top with a 13 mil bracket. And then there's another one right there that also has a bracket on it. I can't see it yet, but there's that one, and then there's another one right there. I think I've already loosened that one, but I'm not sure. I have no idea whether I've loosened that one or not. There it goes. All right, so for the top bell housing bolt, we could not use the extension on the extension on the extension because we were just stripping it. So what we had to do was we had to remove the plastic shield on this side of the car.
That wasn't plastic.
No, the big plastic thing, I did it before you got here.
Okay.
The big wheel well thing, we removed it. See, it's not there. You can see the exhaust manifold and everything. Obviously the wheel's not on. There's the end of the exhaust manifold. We also took off the heat shield right there. And we bought ourselves another inch and got an adjustable, not an adjustable, got a, it's a ratcheting wrench. I can't tell whether it can see it or not. There's a little ratcheting wrench. And then, hold it on that wrench. All right, and then, I'm trying to show how I did this. I am laying underneath the transmission, and I'm reaching up. And, am I on it? And I'm doing this, risking life and limb. Well, it's turning both ways now, isn't it? Alrighty. Oh, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, I hope this doesn't fall on me and kill me. Hey, if it falls on me and kills me, that'll make for a good video, though, right?
Mm-hmm. I got insurance.
Got insurance. Alright. Can you take the wrench from me? Alright, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I'm underneath, reaching up and around the top bell housing thing. Nut, bolt, screw. Ugh. Dun, 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 dun. There it is, bitches. Alright. Okay. This is the transmission coming down. How's our clearance? Good?
Mm-hmm. Fine on this end.
How's everything on top? Did I get all the cables?
I think that's it.
Huh?
I think that's as far as it goes.
It has to go. We'll never get it out from underneath the car.
I think that's it.
That's it?
That's it.
That's it?
That's it.
Make it go more. Make it go more.
I can't make it go more.
Do you see how high it is off the floor? How are we going to get it out of here? So in an effort to take some of the weight off of the transmission, we pulled the torque converter, put this underneath the bell housing, and pulled the torque converter and just let it fall into here. We'll be replacing the torque converter anyway. So torque conveyor is going to weigh probably 40-50 pounds, and it's full of transmission fluid. So our goal is to make this thing as light as possible, because it's sitting so high that we can't get it out from underneath the car. So the 4L60-E is out. If I get that sensor wire off of there. torque converter, transfer case, Y pipe, drive shafts, transmission cross member. It's all out. There it is. That's it. Today is the day that the transmission gets to go off and get all fixed up. Torque converters in there. Alright, let's go get her cleaned up, rebuilt, fixed up nice.